Hello and welcome to Motorcycle News, and welcome to some very exciting breaking news for your Thursday, because there's a brand new Ducati Panigale V4S for 2025. Now, we've only just got the press pack for this. As I say, it's hot off the press and we're kind of learning as we're going as well, but just wanted to bring you a small video just to kind of talk about what we know about it so far and to kind of discuss some of the points that you guys are definitely going to talk about. So the first thing and the key thing among this is definitely the styling, because it's a departure from what we've come to know about the Panigale V4S. I think one of the main talking points will be the front end, which Ducati say has been inspired by the 916 and also the 1098. But now it's got winglets, obviously, like it had before. So it's like a modern reimagining of those classic Ducati superbikes. Moving from there, we've got a redesigned fuel tank, which is 17 litres. We've got a restyled rear end as well, which is sort of slightly longer towards the rear, which then reduces the length of the number plate holder, which is required by European standards, and just sort of neatens up that back end. Also new at the front now is the mirror stalks, which actually come in and tuck behind the fairing. Now, it looks a little bit weird, but actually when you think about it, it's very clever, because most people will take their Panigales on a racetrack, and the idea is you can take these out from behind the fairing, and then there's no need for any ugly blanking plates. So obviously this is a departure from the norm in terms of styling, and I'm sure it's going to divide opinion. But, you know, if you cast your mind back to a few years ago when BMW lost the sort of winky face look of their S1000RR and went to the style that we know now, you know, lots of people lost their head, said they wouldn't buy one, and boom, the S1000RR continues to be one of the most popular superbikes in Europe. So I'm sure, you know, whether you like it or loathe it, I think lots of people are still going to buy it. Now, outside of that, one of the other things that's different on this is it's got a double-sided swing arm. And not only that, it's got a hollow double-sided swing arm with a great big hole in the middle on either side. Now, Ducati have done this in order to reduce the lateral stiffness by 37% over the old bike. Weight has also been reduced by around 3.8 kilograms, which is really, really impressive. In terms of the overall chassis, like before, you've still got that sort of front frame style, which bolts to the front of the engine, and then the back of the chassis bolts to the bottom of the engine, with the engine kind of being that stressed member in the middle. So that swing arm style is sure to divide opinion, but, you know, let us know in the comments what you think. Do you prefer it to the single-sider from before, or do you think they should have left it as it was? Be great to see those comments. Outside of that, being a brand new Ducati superbike, obviously you've got a full suite of electronic aids, rider modes, lead and sensitive doodads, you know, anything you could probably think of that you might need on a racetrack, it's got it. And also on top of that, it's got a new set of Brembo calipers called High Pures. Now, we saw those for the first time at the EICMA trade show in Milan last year, and they make their debut on this new Panigale model. So it'd be really, really interesting to see what they're like in action. So the final thing, being a Ducati superbike, that you'll want to know about is the power. Now, as standard, of course, it's making well over 200 brake horsepower, as you'd come to expect, as it has done for many years. However, you can also equip a full Akrapovic race system, which actually reduces weight by around 6 kilograms and also ups the power to a staggering 224 horsepower. So I think that's more than enough for you and me. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, be sure to give us a like and a subscribe. And of course, we will test the bike very soon and then bring it back to the UK to put it up against its rivals. And I will see you soon.